Tonight, learn how you can cast your vote for Homecoming Queen, even if you won't be on campus Wednesday.
Plus, Troy is taking their reading initiative into the community. Stay tuned. Troy TrojanVision News starts now.
From the High Definition Production Center of Troy University's Broadcast and Digital Network and Troy campuses around the world, this is Troy TrojanVision News.
Hello and welcome to Troy TrojanVision News for September 22nd, 2014. I'm Dustin Allen.
And I'm Courtney Addison. Thank you for joining us this evening. On Friday, teachers from all over Alabama came together at Troy University to try to gain a deeper knowledge of World War I. Casey Freeman has the story.
This year marks the centennial of World War I, and a group of teachers came together in order to learn more information about the war for their students.
A program called SUPER, and it's Schools and University Partner in Education Renewal, SUPPR. And what this program, we have a series of programs, mostly in the summer, that gives teachers the opportunity to get subject matter expertise.
Some teachers feel as though this information has been valuable for them, and they look forward to continue educating their students.
As far as tweaking the information, some of the stuff I'm already using, and I was kind of surprised that it was considered information that wasn't widely used. But I'm getting a lot deeper insight into what's going on, and so especially with my honors or advanced classes, I'm going to be able to give them more, and we're going to be able to do more with that.
Although this seminar is about the world, they also provided some information a little bit closer to home.
I produced a presentation on Alabama during World War I, the home front, with a little bit of a background about the Western Front in particular. And then we have a guest scholar, and that guest scholar changes depending on where we are.
This is only one part of the series, and the SUPER program is looking forward to continuing early next year. Casey Freeman, Troy TrojanVision News.
This seminar was the first of a four-part history series presented by the Alabama Humanities Foundation.
And homecoming is less than a month away, and that means Troy will soon choose their next homecoming court. The student body has an option of 19 young women to choose from for this year's court. Voting is this Wednesday from 8 to 6 in Trojan Center Room 215. But this year, the SGA is giving students an alternative method of voting. If you won't be on campus or don't have enough time to vote in between your class schedule on Wednesday, you have the option to fill out an absentee ballot. This is the first year that the SGA has given an absentee ballot. SGA clerk Ryan Cole says he hopes this is another way to encourage voting.
I think it's really good because one of the things that I really want to increase is voter turnout, first and foremost. And I feel like for that to be able to happen, we need to have the absentee ballots, because like being a political science student and kind of understanding the democratic process, I think absentee ballots are a big part of why people vote. For instance, I live away from home and I'm not able to vote in my regular polling place, so I feel like it's so important for my voice to be heard. Same thing with Troy students. If they're unable to be here on Wednesday for one reason or another, I think they should have the opportunity to vote and let their voice be heard.
Once again, absentee ballots are available tomorrow from 2 until 5, and the election will be on Wednesday from 8 to 6 in Trojan Center Room 215.
And Troy University's Big Read is trying to spread the love of reading across campus and into the community, and the program will get some help tomorrow night from the big screen. A film festival in support of the Big Read will kick off tomorrow night with a showing of the film interpretations of the Big Read book, Fahrenheit 451. The film will be the first of 9 films shown in the festival. Organizers hope by showing the movies relating to the work, it will encourage more people to read and also discuss reading in general.
So it very much is about having a conversation about reading. And so we've got a series of events planned. And, you know, if you're not careful, all the events will come off as, well, today we're going to read a book, which for a lot of people who don't read a lot, that sort of sounds like a turnoff. So we've got a film series, for example, that have movies that are thematically related to Fahrenheit 451.
The film festival will be tomorrow night at 7 in Patterson Hall, Room 101. It is free and open to the public.
And now taking a look at news from around the state. In Fairfield, authorities say an explosion at a U.S. steel plant near Birmingham killed 1 worker and severely injured 2 others. The explosion happened Sunday at the company's Fairfield facility. The Jefferson County Coroner's Office identified the man who died as 53-year-old Edward Lamar Bryant of Verbena, Alabama.
And police in the East Alabama town of Phoenix City are investigating the killing of a 17-year-old boy shot moments after a party let out at the community center. The Russell County coroner says Tyrell Nard, a Central High School senior, was pronounced dead at the scene about 12:30 yesterday morning. The coroner says the teenager had been shot in the head.
And in Decatur, a pastor said he was left speechless and a family distraught after a 22-month-old boy drowned in a church baptistry. Authorities say Braden King died Friday after getting inside a water tank used for baptisms at the Pentecostal House of Prayer Church in Decatur. Church members found the boy unresponsive in the water.
And still to come on TrojanVision News, the soccer team's winning streak is still going after victories over the weekend. Amy Austin will have that and more when she joins us in sports.
But first, the UN is gathering once again. After the break, we'll have details on how they plan on tackling ISIS. Stay with us.
World leaders arrive at the United Nations, where President Obama will make his pitch to stop ISIS.
Do you like this top? So gay. Really? Yeah, it's totally gay.
You know, you really shouldn't say that.
Say what?
Well, say that something's gay when you mean it's bad. It's insulting. What if every time something was bad, everybody said, "Oh, that's so girl wearing a skirt as a top"?
Oh, you are.
Those are cute jeans, though. When you say that's so gay, do you realize what you say? Knock it off.
Coming home can be hard if you're a veteran of Iraq or Afghanistan. You may feel like you're all alone, but you're not alone. At IAVA.org, your fellow vets are all around you. Join our free online community, get the resources you need, and connect to other vets who know where you're coming from. IAVA.org. We've got your back.
Now, the latest in Trojan sports on TrojanVision News.
The soccer team's winning streak is still going after 2 victories over the weekend. In Sunday's game, Troy defeated North Florida 1-0. Throughout most of the game, Troy and North Florida were equally matched as both teams were unable to score. In the 102nd minute, Chelsea Williams sent a pass to Alyssa Jones, who scored on the far post. This marked Jones' 8th goal of the season, a career high for her. With a 1-0 victory, Troy extended their program best winning streak to 8 games and set a new program unbeaten mark. The soccer team starts conference play on Friday as they head to Mobile to take on South Alabama. The cross-country team competed in the Mountain Dew Invitational hosted by the University of Florida. The men's team finished 8th overall, while the women's team finished in 11th place. Dylan Ogburn finished in the top spot for the men's team at 48th with a time of 27 minutes. The women's team top runner was Michaela Hodges, who finished in 30th place with a time of 18 minutes and 20 seconds. This was a new personal best for Hodges. The Trojans will have the next week off before competing at Jacksonville State on October 4th. The Troy football team took on Georgia on Saturday and started with lots of energy, but the Bulldogs proved to have more fight throughout the game.
Troy took on number 13 Georgia and was not prepared for the tough SEC team. Georgia defeated the Trojans 66-0.
We got a lot of work to do. Obviously, University of Georgia's a SEC team. I've often said that when you go to an SEC venue, normally you find an SEC team. Well, this probably is an exceptional SEC team. I know they've had some question marks about maybe a couple of players, but the quarterback looks like he's good enough to do whatever they want to do. We were basically unable to do very much in stopping them. We were basically unable to move the ball on them, and we even gave up some things in the special teams, which we've been decent at.
The score was 45-0 going into halftime, and while the players had the possibility to give up, none of them would do that to the team.
I never believe in quitting or giving up on my team. That's the main thing that we try to make sure we didn't give up or quit and just lay down for them guys. They made a lot of adjustments and made it tough for us. I mean, that's one of the best teams in the country, so they made it really hard for us a lot. But I don't feel like people quit necessarily. They just got down on each other a little bit, but they tried everybody that got in the game, they gave their all as we looked at film, so can't really say that anybody quit on us.
We showed that we had heart. We came out, we played excited. We was
happy to be there. You know, we all came. We all took it as a team. We never separated. At halftime, we didn't argue with each other. We didn't get on each other. We came back out in the second half and gave it our best.
Troy heads to Monroe, Louisiana to open conference play on Saturday. And after a good start to the season, the Trojan volleyball team has struggled as of late, including a 5-match loss at home on Sunday. Khadijah Torbert has the details.
The Troy volleyball team hosted a Sunbelt newcomer Sunday in Trojan Arena against unbeaten Abolition State. The Trojans entered the match 5-0 at home this season. The Trojans would have made history by tying Troy Division I era record of 6 straight home victories. Coach Sonny Kirkpatrick explains more.
Wish we would have played harder in the first 2 games. We had an opportunity to do something that we've never done in the history of the program and let it go through our fingers. Disappointed because we knew as a coaching staff what was going to go into it. And we tried to convey that to the players, and they didn't come out the first 2 games to do what we had asked them to do. When they actually started doing the things that we had asked them to do, then the results kind of came for themselves. So I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed for them.
Kirkpatrick says with the weekend that the team has faced, a break from each other will be much needed in preparations for their next home game Friday, and changes will be made.
That's one less game that we have to play. And we can think if I would have only done this, it's too late. We're going to change a couple things in practice. They have the day off tomorrow, which is something that they need right now, just with the week we've had. So it'll be good to see them on Tuesday. It'll be good for everybody to kind of get away from each other for a little while and take a day and a half to kind of decompress a little bit until we get back in here.
He also expects a great turnout from the fans Friday.
You know, we've got great fans, so I would support nothing less.
Khadijah Torbert, Troy, TrojanVision Sports.
The Trojans return to the court on Friday when they host Arkansas State at Trojan Arena at 7 p.m.